You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Bottom line is this here. They've got to do something. The pressure is on Tim Scott to deliver. Last night, of course, he gave his reaction to President Biden's speech, declaring there's not racism in America. But he talked about him getting pulled over by the cops. The question is, can he pull at least 9 of his fellow Republicans to his side to pass a meaningful George Floyd Justice Act?
Roland, I said this on the latest episode of Suit Up News, just dropped today. For Tim Scott to go in front of the nation to give a Republican response to Joe Biden's speech at a joint session of Congress, and after he's stating that there's no such thing as racism and there's racist, America is not a racist country, it's shameful. Now the pressure is on. What are you going to do beyond maybe posture around and become a Binky for bigots on television and actually get meaningful change in the face of racism that's actually happening? If you're meeting to resolve issues of racism, how are you saying that racism doesn't exist in America? Right now he's showing himself as a hypocrite, and is he posturing around for those that just want to see a black man in a position as their black friend, or is he truly working for meaningful change?
Well, the speech last night, bottom line is, Brittany, was all about the Republican response. But now, again, he now can show his mettle as to, he talked about in his speech about how he tried to pass reform last year. He's focusing on it right now. Okay, now we got to see what you can do. Bottom line is you got to put up, shut up.
Yeah, well, we know Tim Scott's game. I don't think he's actually committed to any form of real justice when it comes to policing or when it comes to the racialized violence that we deal with on a day-to-day basis as Black folks. I mean, it's very clear. This is the same person who says that America is not a racist country. Granted, we know that, his speech yesterday was riddled with not only historical inaccuracies, but just straight up contradiction on multiple levels and lies. But I'm not sure that he's going to be able to be the one to lead this charge. I think he's going to put on a front as if that's something that he wants to do. But at the end of the day, he's backed by many of the same entities that are pro-police, right? So I really don't see him leading the charge here.
Greg Carr.
I agree with Brittany. He's not interested in anything other than the GOP returning to power. We've got the rest of this year and a little bit of next year. They're trying to play for time. Talk about, to echo Brother Xavier, talk about hypocrisy and cynicism. A man who at the beginning of March criticized the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act after he said, y'all shot down my attempts to introduce something that could pass. Yeah, that's something that didn't touch qualified immunity, that offered, quote unquote, incentives for getting police body cameras and banning chokeholds. Incentives. Yeah. A man who had that to say about the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act today met with members of George Floyd's family. And Senator Scott said, I'm just here to listen. I hope that at least one of those family members asked him, listen to this, Tim. Why did you criticize the bill with our family member George Floyd's name on it? And be specific, son. Be very specific, because you came from cotton to Congress, but those people who would prefer all of us to still be out in that cotton field seem to have stuck you out front to play for time until they can achieve their real objective, which is to take the House back, add the Senate, and ultimately 2 years from then get the presidency back.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends, go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have that you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.